Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of Dine with World, and like always I am your host Aysha, and I am joined by a new and a very talented chef of Serena Hotel Islamabad, Chef ZAHID, and he is going to prepare some wonderful and fantastic dishes for us, so make sure that you stay around and watch the entire show. Welcome to our show. Thank you so much for joining us. How are you doing?
Fine with him.
Thank you so much for joining us. And how many years have you been cooking for?
6 years.
Okay, that's a lot of experience. I'm sure our chef is going to prepare some very nice dishes for us. And as you guys know, if you've seen the previous episodes, we have a particular format. In the first episode, we will prepare a starter for you, and that will be followed by a lovely main course. And let's see what our chef is going to prepare for us today. So chef, what are you making for us?
Onion bhaji first of all.
Okay, so that is basically a fried snack, and is it a form of pakore?
Yes, like pakoda, but this is a different little bit.
Okay, great. So guys, we are going to prepare a very different form of a fried snack for you. So make sure that you have your pens and your notepads handy. We are moving on to the recipe card. You're going to need 60 grams of onion sliced, 50 grams of gram flour, 30 ml water, 1 gram coriander seed, 1 gram cumin seed, 1 gram red chili flakes, and some salt. And now that we're back, I really hope you've noted all the ingredients down, and as there is a saying that less is more, although the ingredients might be a little less in quantity, but I'm sure it's going to turn out into something really amazing. So chef, what is the first step? What are we going to do?
We have, I will cut the onion first of all.
So is it okay if we take a medium sized onion, or should it be a large onion, any size that we prefer?
No, this is very thin slice.
Okay. Okay, so guys, make sure that you see how our chef is chopping the onions, and like he said, that the onions have to be very finely chopped, they have to be very thin. If you want your dish to turn out exactly how our chef is doing, do make sure that you see how he's doing it. Okay, so chef, I can see that you're really precisely chopping these onions. Is it very easy to chop like this for a beginner?
No.
Okay, so guys, if you really want to master the art of slicing vegetables so precisely, you have to make sure that you keep on practicing. And as they say, practice makes a man perfect, so do keep on trying. And we can see that in a matter of seconds, our chef is nearly done. And onion bhaji is basically a form of pakore, and I'm sure, especially as Desis, we love them in the holy month of Ramzan. We prefer eating them. We open our fast with pakore, and whenever the weather calls for it, whenever it is rainy, we tend to eat them with a nice cup of tea. So make sure you do try this recipe. We are always open for your feedback, your suggestions, your comments. Everything is welcome, but do make sure that you write into us. Tell us how you're enjoying the program. Are there any changes that you want? Every bit of suggestion will be entertained. And now we can see that once the onions have been very thinly sliced, our chef is taking them out in a bowl. And what is the next step now?
Now we will make the marination.
Okay. So guys, this is the most important part. Yes, chef?
First of all, we will take the ground floor.
Okay. So this is basin, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Chickpeas powder or basin or ground floors.
And how much do we need?
60 gram.
Okay. So guys, take about 60 grams of gram flour and take it out in a bowl. You have to make the marination in this, so make sure that the size of the bowl is sufficient.
Now, coriander seed.
Okay. Have you crushed the coriander seeds?
Yes.
Okay. So guys, make sure that when you're adding the coriander seeds, you crush them a bit. It's really going to release a lot of flavor.
And red chili flakes.
Okay. And that's about a teaspoon of red chili flakes, or more than that?
More than that.
Okay. So guys, it basically depends upon your taste. You can vary these ingredients, obviously, upon how you like your seasoning.
Salt to taste.
Okay. Some salt has been added.
Yes. Cumin seed also.
Okay. And lastly, our chef is adding some cumin seeds.
Yes.
Has this been ground as well, or is it?
Maybe 1 teaspoon.
Okay, so we're adding 1 teaspoon of ground coriander, cumin seeds.
Now we will put in some water.
Okay. Is this room temperature water?
Yes, this is a room temperature water.
So guys, you really have to make sure that the batter that you're making, it has to be free of any lumps. It should be really smooth and consistent. That way your bhaji is really going to turn out very crispy and golden brown. And we can see that our chef is now whisking all of the ingredients together. Do we have to make the batter very thin or thick or medium?
Thick.
Okay, so guys, make sure that the batter is thick. And once the batter is as thick as how we want it, we're going to add the onions into it. And we can see that our chef has really whisked it into a very fine consistency. Now he's adding the onions into the marination. And you can see how finely these onions have been chopped. And it's always better to mix everything with your hands rather than using a spoon. With your hands, you can get to every corner of the bowl and mix everything properly together. So guys, make sure that you really mix it well. Okay, so we're going to fry these in a non-stick frying pan?
Yes.
Okay.
A little bit oil.
Okay. So we're not going to deep fry these?
No, not deep fried.
Okay.
Little bit oil.
Okay, so we can add in the onion bhaji straight away. We don't have to wait for the oil to get warm. We can just add it straight away into the pan.
Little bit.
Okay. So guys, this is a very different form of pakora. It's not even using a lot of oil. You don't have to wait for the oil to warm up, especially if you're using a big karai. That's very time consuming. And I really hope you guys try this recipe at home. I'm sure it's going to turn out absolutely wonderful. And do give us your feedback, your relatives, your family, your friends. If you have guests over or a dinner party, I'm sure they're really going to like your effort. And we can see that our chef is making small lumps of the batter and he's placing them into the oil. And you may want to use a medium to a large sized non-stick frying pan for this. You don't need to get a karai out. And should the flame be very high or should it be medium when we're frying these? Okay. So guys, make sure that the flame is medium. You really want the entire ingredients to be really cooked through. You want it to be crunchy. Chef, how long does it usually take for the bhaji to be fried?
No, the fried is not good. This one, if you will cook in the non-stick pans, so that will very good.
Is the cooking time very quick? Do they get cooked quickly?
Yes.
Okay. So guys, if you're hard up on time, this is the perfect form of a snack that you can make for your guests. If they come over unannounced, this is the perfect thing that you can serve them, and I'm sure they're going to like it a lot. And although we've used very little ingredients, but it's going to turn out into something really nice. So do make sure that you try it at home and give us your feedback as well. And we can see that the bhaji is already starting to get into shape. It's getting a little stiff now. It's going to become really crunchy in a minute. And guys, make sure that once you put it into the pan, you constantly check if the side is done or not. You don't want your food to burn. So make sure that you stand right next to the stove and you keep an eye on the bhaji. And we can see that as our chef has just flipped the first bhaji in the pan, we can see it's turned into a very nice goldenish brown color, and I'm sure it's going to taste equally good as it looks. And I'm sure it's going to go really well with a side dip or any dip of your choice, however you like to eat it. And we can see that the bhaji is nearly done from one side, and we're just waiting for the other side to be cooked. And we can see that the onion bhaji has come up with a very beautiful crispy outlook and a wonderful goldenish brown color, and I'm sure it's going to taste as wonderful as it looks.
Now it's done.
It's done?
Yes.
Okay guys, you can see that the ingredients were very simple. I'm sure all of the ingredients will be available in your kitchen cabinet. You don't have to go crazy looking for everything, and it didn't even take a lot of preparation time. It was done in a matter of 5 to 10 minutes. And guys, make sure that whenever you're cooking, presentation is a very, very important thing, because the first thing that we do is before we actually taste the food, we eat through our eyes. So it has to look pleasing to the eyes as well. If it looks good, automatically it will taste good as well. And we can see that our chef is plating out the onion bhaji. And he's going to garnish it with something very beautiful. Are you making a flower out of that? Okay guys, if you've ever wondered that how do people make flowers out of tomatoes, then this is the right way to do it. And we can see that our chef is really thinly slicing the peel of the tomato. And now we're going to roll it together?
Yes.
Okay guys, so once you've very thinly sliced the peel of the tomato, make sure you roll it just like our chef is doing. And like I said, garnishing is very important. You have to make sure that your food looks good as well. Absolutely wonderful. Our chef has made such a beautiful flower with a tomato peel, and I'm sure you guys must have been impressed. I surely am. And he is taking out the onion bhaji into our platter. And it has become a very crispy, very crunchy. I'm sure it tastes really good as well. And obviously you can add in variations however you like them. And guys, if you have been watching our show, you can see that our chef has prepared such wonderful, very crispy and beautiful golden onion bhaji for us. And you can see that it might have sounded a little complicated in the beginning, but it was very simple. He's garnished it really beautifully. You can eat it with your favorite form of a dip or a sauce, however you like to eat them. But make sure you do try it at home. It is very impressive, chef. Thank you so much for sharing this recipe with us. And guys, do stay tuned in, because our chef is going to make a very amazing main course for us. Welcome back after the break, and if you guys are watching our show, and I really hope you do watch it till the end, our chef prepared a very wonderful, very yummy, crispy onion bhaji for us. It looked absolutely delicious. I really hope you guys do try it and give us your feedback. And now we're moving on to the main course, and I wonder what our very talented chef is going to cook for us now. So chef, what are you making for us now?
Mutton seekh kebab.
Okay, absolutely wonderful, especially for those people who like barbecue. Do make sure that you stick around till the end of the show, and I hope you have your pens ready and your notepads ready. We are moving on to the recipe card. You are going to need 250 grams of mutton mince, salt for taste, 5 grams red chili powder, 3 grams turmeric powder, 5 grams cumin powder, 5 grams coriander powder, 4 grams garam masala powder, 8 grams green chili paste, 5 grams garlic paste, 3 grams ginger paste, and 30 grams onions. Guys, I hope that you've noted everything down, and we're going to start off with our recipe now. So chef, what is the first step? I see that we've taken some mince into a bowl.
Mutton mince.
Okay, mutton mince.
With fat.
Okay, so and mutton or lamb, it is usually preferred nearly all over the world. People love eating this meat, and seekh kebabs are everyone's favorite, whether it's kids or grown-ups. Everyone likes eating them with naan, raita, rice, however you like it. And what are we going to do now, chef?
Take some salt to taste.
Okay, so we're going to add in all the spices now. Our chef has added some salt. You can vary it according to your taste.
Now 5 gram red chili powder.
Okay, some red chili powders.
Turmeric powder.
Okay, some turmeric powder, which is known as haldi. Our chef is adding that.
Yes. Cumin powder.
Okay. Is that
And
nearly
coriander
a
powder
teaspoon?
also?
A teaspoon of cumin powder?
Yes. Garam masala powder.
Okay. Nearly a teaspoon of garam masala powder has been added into the mince.
Ginger paste
Okay.
and garlic paste also.
Okay. So guys, make sure that you also add some ginger and garlic paste into the mince as
Or
well.
Green chili
Okay.
paste.
And a paste of green chilies as well. And guys,
And-
as you, Gigi. Okay.
And onion chopped.
And guys, we can see our chef has added some chopped onions into our mince. Okay. And guys, make sure that you mix it really well. I know that there are some people who tend to mix meat with a spoon, but if you do that, the flavors are not going to really just mix into the meat, and everything won't be as well balanced as it should be. So make sure that you use your hands. If you have a problem while touching the meat, you can wear gloves like our chef is wearing. And you can see that even though the ingredients that we use, they're not complicated, they're very simple. I'm sure they will be available at your house, and you can make this dish if your guests are arriving, or if you have a party, or if you have people over, or if you just want to cook for your friends or your family. Make sure that you do try this at home. And we can see that our chef is really mixing all of the ingredients together. That is the trick.
Now this is ready.
Okay, and we can see that our chef is using a grill pan. I'm sure nearly all of you have it at home, and this is going to be very easy to make. It's going to turn out absolutely fantastic. And should we keep the flame high, or should it be medium?
Medium.
Okay, so guys, make sure that you fry these on medium heat. You want all the meat to be really cooked through. And how much oil are we using?
Little bit oil.
Okay. And guys, make sure that the oil really spreads all over the pan. And guys, now is the step when our chef is really going to place those kebabs onto the skewer. This is actually a very artistic sort of a task, and you have to be very precise while you're placing them onto the skewers. So you can take a look at how precisely our chef is doing it. And if you don't have such big skewers at home, you can always use bamboo skewers, or you can use the end of a spoon, anything that's round. And we can see how carefully he has placed that kebab onto the grill pan. It looks absolutely beautiful. And guys, make sure that the meat that you're using, it's not very hot, otherwise it will not stick to the skewers, and you want it to be cold or at room temperature at least. And make sure that you do it as nicely and as precisely as the chef is doing. You don't want the kebabs to break once you put them onto the pan. And guys, make sure that once you've put the kebabs onto the pan, you keep on turning them as well. You don't want them to burn. You really want them to be cooked from all sides. So make sure that you keep on turning them as well. And while you're frying the kebabs, make sure that you don't overcrowd the pan too much. You really want to give space to all of the kebabs to really just cook through. And guys, while our kebabs are being cooked, let me tell you about the ingredient of the day. And like you know that in every episode I tend to pick out an ingredient and I tell you certain benefits about it. So today I've chosen ginger, and ginger has a lot of medicinal value. It is considered as a very healthy and a very yummy spice. It is available at home all the time, so make sure you do make use of it. And it really helps to lower your cholesterol levels. So especially in Pakistan, basically because of our diet and our lifestyles, a few of us really have a very high cholesterol level. So make sure that you do use a lot of ginger in your diet to feed your family a lot of foods that are rich in ginger. And apart from that, people who exercise a lot or work out a lot, have a strenuous workout routine, they tend to have a muscle soreness or pain in their joints. So what they can do is they can consume ginger, and ginger is believed to relieve a person from this form of pain. So make sure that you do incorporate it into your everyday cooking. And guys, make sure that the heat is not very high. You do not want to burn your kebabs. You really want them to be cooked and tender. And as you can see, this is a very impressive dish, and do make sure that you try it out and cook it for your guests if they're coming over. I'm sure they're going to be really impressed by your effort because it looks absolutely fantastic. And we can see that most of the kebabs are starting to change their color, and they're becoming very goldenish and brown. And the aroma that is coming from the kebabs is absolutely fantastic. I can actually smell all of the spices which have really mixed together in the meat. Okay, wonderful. And we can see that in no time our kebabs have been cooked to perfection. And they look absolutely fantastic. And guys, now is the final step. Our chef is going to plate the kebabs that he has just prepared for us. They look absolutely amazing and the color is fantastic. Do try it at home. And like I always say, that garnishing is very important. You want your dish to really stand out. If it just tastes good and it doesn't look as good, then you're not going to get all those marks that you deserve. But the first step whenever we see something is that we eat with our eyes first. So make sure that it is pleasing, it is inviting. So garnishing is very, very important, and we can see that our chef is doing it right now. And if you guys are watching, you can see that he has done some very impressive work when it comes to garnishing. And guys, if you're really actually looking for that barbecue flavor, what you can do at home is, it's a very simple step. You have to give a dum of koila, and you can cover the pan while placing the koila on a piece of bread or in a foil, and keep it covered for at least 5 minutes, and it's really going to get that flavor of real barbecue. So guys, our chef has prepared fantastic seekh kebabs for us. They look absolutely wonderful, and I'm sure they're going to taste equally good as well. You can see how well he's plated it all out. He's really made an effort with presenting his dish well too. And I really hope you guys enjoyed this episode as much as I did. In the first part of this episode, he made a very nice appetizer for us, which was onion bhaji. It turned out extremely well too. And for the main course, he made these wonderful seekh kebabs for us. I really hope that you guys do try these recipes out and give us your feedback. Your comments and your suggestions are always welcome. You can write to us, and we will surely take into consideration whatever you guys have to say. And thank you so much, Chef Zahid, for joining us and teaching us such wonderful recipes. Thank you so much.